Hello and welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. We are continuing our exploration and there's been some talk of forgetting things. I don't think we've forgotten anything currently. The main thing is a lot of the stuff that we need to do that we know about requires us not to have Snell around. And right now we already have a big thing that requires us not to have Snell around, which is seeing Visken at midnight or after midnight. So, basically, anything that doesn't require us having Snell around, we're either going to do after midnight or in the morning. So for now, we're just kind of exploring and seeing what's going on, and then we'll see where things go. Where does this go? Let's see. This takes us here. This is odd. Yeah, and then this takes us into the goblin area? Yes. Oh, there's a thing here. Those before left many holes in the berggrund. Well, this lets us up here to then look at these mushrooms, which I can then have. Oh! Did you just rip those mushrooms out of a pot? Why did you do that? What? It was cultivated there. It was a potted mushroom. It's my right to do that. Nature is yours to mold. The primal scream. Someone worked hard cultivating those. Now you've just taken them. Stop complaining. You're the one complaining. I guess so. This whole thing was just a way for us to get those mushrooms. Oh, I guess we could have just gone this way. You know, while we're here, there is one thing we haven't done today. We haven't done this, right? Also, we need to go and speak to Lady Sageleaf at some point, but we're holding off as long as we can possibly do that. Okay, nothing new. Let's engage. Primal attunement. Let's go. No! Okay. Kneel and focus. We're going to clench again. Why isn't this working? Maybe if I start clenching. Okay, I get my pain again. Right. Primal attunement. I mean, we have advantage. If I do this, we have advantage, right? So even though it's like the equivalent of like a DC 14, it's 2 dice rolls. We should be able to do this. Yay, we did it. You kneel. You need to prove it. Your attunement to nature. Interesting, yes. She places the bowl from her desk to the ground before you. You must show what you've learned in your studies. The primal forces are complicated, but you can still sense the tingle of Jor's strings through every branch and mushroom. I'm going to hold my hand over her bowl. As you reach out, the elf hums. Then she moves the bowl even closer to you. You've attempted this before. It did not go well. You believe that is all you require. Magic is not an exact science, despite what the instructors in the towers used to tell you. The esoteric in your realm does not conform to rules. That is the only rule they truly follow. Now feel the oily mushrooms inside this bowl. The strings within them, around them. Grab one of them, change it. Twist a string. Ooh? What's happening? At first, nothing. Then a twinge. Whatever you touched is connected with the spores, the growth, the decay. You did little, but you did something. The elf nods. What did I do? You ruined my brew. Shit. I meant to do that. She laughs. You caused the fungi in the bowl to change acidity. It's subtle, but it's there. You performed an act of druidcraft, human. Use druidcraft to unlock unique interactions with the natural world. Oh. The goblin looks on, giving an uncharacteristically stunned expression. Of course, I'm a natural. You are, aren't you? Nessun grabs the bowl and pours the mushy mushrooms onto the ground. The contents wriggle before you. I made the mushrooms come to life? She looks up, reassuring you. No, no, they are supposed to move like that. You did not perform that big of an esoteric feat. Not yet, at least. She chuckles and puts the bowl back on her desk. Perhaps you can be one human I share knowledge with, if that is what you wish. Please do, I want to learn. Very well. What do you want to know, human? I want to learn to speak with animals, 100%. That shouldn't be too hard. Here, a spell scroll to get you started. Cast it when you have an animal to speak with, and you should be able to hold a conversation as long as you can keep up. Hey, we can speak with animals? That's huge. We have a cat and we have a snail to speak with. And a rat, maybe? Anyway. What is druidcraft, really? I would call it a most useful path of communication with nature. It can be used for many a thing, but for you, I would suggest focusing on the basics. Use it to move peacefully through the roots, and to show your balanced nature to those primal spirits who roam below. Can druids create magical food, perhaps? Certainly. There's a spell that'd be very useful for you, since you're on the run all the time. Good apple. It creates 5 apples. Each can feed a grown man for a day. Oh, I love apples. Can I have that spell, please? I don't have that spell scroll, sorry. But I do seem to remember I handed one to Moongore. She might keep one in the roots of Pooh. Oh, Moongore, I met her. Bugbear, right? Yes indeed. How wonderful. She really needs more socializing down there. Such a lovely woman. Quite the bite on her. What is she implying? Bugbear's bite. That makes sense. The elf is quite the provoker. Horrible. How can I get that good apple spell scroll? Just tell her I sent you. Moongore and I are friends, you see. Are these apples real or fake? They're real. I've customized the spell myself in the process of helping Sageleaf's apple strains down here. Magically created, yes, but real. Good. Good. Can nature protect me? Of course, with barkskin. I do have a spell scroll of it, but it's down in the roots below the garden. If you pass by, take it. I keep a cache hidden under Lord Pooh. Pooh is Elvish for tree. I suppose some kind of animated tree, I suppose. Something like that. We have a password. Just say, minum... Sikkas... or Pune, and he'll open right up. I bet he does. You can have the other stuff inside as well, since Sageleaf wants you to succeed. What does that mean? Flattery of the highest kind. She gives you a creepy smile. Just give the password and he will grant you access. What are these primal forces? Nature. That includes, but is not limited to, elements, life, anything that grows, really. It is that which exists at the core of all. But even after alterations, it remains within. Generally speaking, a clump of ore will be more primal than a forged blade. In short, the primal emerges from natural energies. Decent explanation. What differs primal from arcane and divine forces? She squints and stares at you for a while. The answer to that could be many. I would lean towards saying that they differ only in origin. But that origin makes all the difference in the world. How do you mean? I do not know. It is like forces that flow through Jor's strings. Some flow from divine sources, some flow from natural primal sources. While the arcane, it is more like plucking those strings themselves. Editing the rules, something like that? She gives you a slow nod. Thank you, that's all the magic questions for now. Alright, see ya. I don't have any more questions. So we've got Druidcraft, which is free. It's a cantrip. You are whispering to the spirits of nature, you create a tiny harmless sensory effect that follows you. This effect allows you to engage with primal entities that would otherwise hide from your presence. I see, these are the things we've seen disappearing. I need to go learn Speak with Animals, or I need to go prepare it. Tiny primal spirit. You can take apples from it. Oh, I see. Well, I will take your apples. Okay, we head up here. There should be a, like, place where we can pray. I think. Also, it stopped raining. Oh, that might have been yesterday. Oh, somebody suggested coming back to that as well, which we will probably do. Because we're here. Repair spells. Let's go through these quickly. Charm, languages, cure wounds, detect alignment, speak with animals. I only have one more spell. Honestly, I don't need Crusader's Mantle. Do I care? No. Give me knock. Yeah, that's what I want. This is my set of spells I want. Right. Okay. So I can use Comprehend Languages on this one. Casting the spell infuses your fingers with a tingling sensation. You trace out the symbols on the surface of the rock. These ancient glyphs suddenly rearrange in your mind. You understand it, somewhat. Students, brothers, followers, lay down your arms, your soul, your ego. The gates remain open, no god shall close them. Enter leyline location. Offer your mind, stay put on the string. Leyline location? That seems like a poorly translated noun. The spell fades as you finish translating the message. Touch the surface? Can I do anything else now? No. Okay, well, that's weird. Oh yeah, also, do we have anything new in here, or... Yeah, nothing new that we need to internalize. That's all I needed to know. Right, I got apples in here, but more importantly... Where are we? Consumables. I probably... Wait a second. This doesn't contain... Oh, these are clericals. Oh, I'm so... I do apologize. They're not consumed, despite being consumed. Right, up here... There was a cat that hangs around there. I guess not right now. At a different point in the day, there's a cat that hangs around there. Been to the potion shop before, and it was fairly not exciting. Oh, there's this thing. Tiny primal spirit. Strange mushroom juice. What does strange mushroom juice do? Minor wisdom increase for a week. Oh, alright. That's just a stat upgrade. You know, it is nice to occasionally just wander around and be like, oh, stat upgrade. Okay. I guess we gotta go speak with the snail then? Yeah, where does this take us? I forgot where this way goes. Pillar Crossing. That is where I want to go, I think. Wait, is it? Oh, that takes me to Drunk Sphinx. I've been here before. This... Goblin Garden. Over here? Yeah, no, we've been here before, but this isn't actually where I wanted to go. No, I think I have to go in through Viskin's area. There's probably a shortcut somewhere I've forgotten about, but I think Viskin's area will do. Yeah, let's go in through Viskin's. It doesn't use any time to go the wrong way, at least, so that's okay. Right. Over here. So now we can go speak to the snail. Now, will the snail just move aside if I ask it to? Maybe. I don't know, we'll have to see on that one. Okay. This way. Oh, you know what I should do? Before I do that, let's just see if we've got anything to pray with here. No. Okay. I didn't think we did, but I realized I hadn't checked. Okay. So now we want to go this way. There we go. And then down here. I mean, even if we go right now, I'm fairly certain that Etir will not be there because Etir, during the evening, is not patrolling. But anyway. These guys are still here. or they're now here and we can speak to them. Thank you. Another one. Right. This is good. This is very profitable. Okay. Apples. That's a shard of jor I think I just missed. Okay. Thank you for the money. Hello. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't trifle. Just, behold? I've already beheld her today. Can I have that spell scroll you've got? No, of course not. Yeah, this is a gift. I can't just give it away. From Nessun, right? She told me I should tell you to give it to me. Oh, okay then. Okay, okay. 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 Alright. That went very well. Wait, you've still got stuff to... No, okay. They were just glowing for no reason. That's fine. Let's speak to an animal. Hello. There we go. Speak with animals. A deep clicking emanates from the hail snail as the spell's esoteric tingle fades. A clicking that slowly transforms into a sentence. Little guy, you are friends? Yes I am. I am a friend. Friends. The snail's muttering echoes through the cavern. I am Reckham, Lord Reckham Namo. You stand before a solemn soul. A solemn soul? I am trapped. The cold, it holds me. I sleep, but not sleep. Esoteric ice binds me. My children, they sleep too. Cannot move. The Lord of what? Lord of my escargot... Toivi? Escargotory? Escargotory? I have no idea if I'm got anywhere close, but we'll go with that. My children, 6 in number. They are small still, but they will grow as I have grown. How did you end up here? I fell asleep in this hallway months ago. When I woke, I was growing larger and larger, and colder. The esoteric cold, it feeds on itself. Now I cannot move, cannot warm, cannot wake. What are you voting in the election? Election? What is election? It's when people choose their leaders. Choose? We do not choose. The strong, they lead. The old, they guide. This is the way. But if I must vote, I vote for whoever helps snails. We are forgotten, always forgotten. Do you know anything that could help me when it comes to the mystery of the tea shop that blew up? Tea shop? I do not know this. I know only cold and sleep and slow turning. That's all I wanted to ask. The words of the snail slowly transform back into solemn clicking noise. Could I break the esoteric effect causing the snail lord's hibernation? You have a feeling you could. In either case, you must try. I'm going to say no, because I'm going to do something we have not done in, well, the whole game, basically. Where are we? Put on a thing for a specific occasion. Right. Let's go. And it's only a... Wait, oh no, that doesn't... Wait a second. That doesn't give me a bonus, even though it's esoteric. Or, although maybe it's not... Yeah, maybe it's not the same type of esoteric. Anyway, put that back on then. Also, I just realized our bonus is only a -3 now. So let's do it. It's 5, so we have to roll an 8 or above. That's good. You focus on the esoteric strings. The ley lines connecting the snail to the pocket dimension. There, you see it. Your body warmth, your presence. You press against the barrier. The pocket shudders, then shatters. The esoteric ice begins to melt, slowly, very slowly. But it's working. You did something? Yeah, I broke the esoteric effect. Oh, so that means it'll move away from the passage? Oh yeah. Right, that'll make Lady Sageleaf very happy. He groans. He is very happy. I think it might have been sarcastic. The snail lets out a blubbering clicking noise. Other sounds echo from deeper in the hallway. His family is awakening all together now. You should return later, after a rest. They'll be done by then. I'll leave them to it. Okay, well that was very successful. Let me see if there's any new druidic stuff in here. No druidic stuff in here. That's fine. Yes, incredibly successful. Let's go this way. Try to think what I'm looking for down here. Oh, now that's intriguing. Okay. I've already beheld him today. Lighting up the passage like a miniature sun, you see the Golden Horde ambassador. How lucky to have run into you here again, Cleric, for I have a message for you. Its light flutters. And you too, Snell. Yeah, hey, your companion says at a very comfortable distance. So your outburst during our previous meeting was an interesting message to convey west. Thus I can assure you once again, the Golden Horde are not interested in further communication. I just wanted to ask what you're doing down here. The ambassador eerily begins to float away towards one of the many pits of the southern caverns. Radiant light leaving along with any traces of light. Good talk. Cool. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, I should have definitely detected alignment on it. I think could have been interesting. Oh well. I'm assuming it's not over there, but we should... Yeah, I was going to say we should be able to see it through the wall if it is, so... That's okay. Lots of very interesting little things happening. I'll check in with our favorite crocodile. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Maybe I should have bought some slog... Wait a second. Do I have a slog dog? No, I have milk. I need to sell that. I don't think I have any slog dog. Yeah, can you give me some slog... Wait, do I buy it or do I just... Let's see, can I buy slog dog from you? Okay. Nice. Okay. So I now have a slog dog. Now why did I buy a slog dog? Well, I wonder whether I can trade it with the, yeah, or whether I can use it with the griffin upstairs. That I think could be interesting. I don't think there's anything else down here for us. There is this book up here, but I don't think this is the right book, but we might be able to find out more about that book for the other guy we're looking for. Right. Enter a book name. Book of the Mind, 6th edition by Cividix. As you write in those letters, finishing it with simple punctuation. It opens something? Oh-ho! The entire illusion wanders off far into a deep, deep hallway. Wow. Yet directly to your left you see an entrance. It leads to somewhere bright. Your companion points towards it. Yep, that's some esoteric bullshit. As you glance over at that book, still gliding away into the dark, you catch a final glimpse of its flapping pages, while it's turning into some fine mist. Of course, we have that splendid tome. If you ask nicely, it might be yours. Cool. A library? Ooh. So many books. 3 shards of Jor. Okay. Well, this is cool. Alright. There it is. Among all the ancient tomes and scriptures, each holding a world of knowledge inside, the one you seek is right here on the ground. Tingling teal cover, golden pages, an esoteric gem upon the latch. It almost blinds you with its radiance. It's large in both width and thickness. Tome of Hunger. You fear it. That should be you fear it, I think. You fear it. You crave it. Open the latch. Right away, it says on the front page in big bold lettering, Blood Property of House Hagenshags. Book of the Mind by Cividix, 6th edition. Won't you look at that? The book Appledent wanted. Quest complete. Or rather, he wants to see the sizable forward taking up the first dozen pages of the book. If the upper class could be encapsulated into a single tome, I think it'd look like that. Don't you think it'd be even more bejeweled or something? Maybe, or covered in the blood of the working class? It is the way it is meant to be. A blinding light from below shooting into the endless above. At the center of the strange spiral abyss floating, your eyes adjust to catch a glimpse of one surreal shape. Who are you? Identify yourself. We are many pages, all words. We see you. I've been tasked with retrieving this book. You cannot stop me. We can and will. The string is in motion. While the library shakes slightly at the tone of this esoteric entity's voice, you do feel there is no immediate threat here. Your companion nervously glances at you and whispers, do your thing, okay? Interesting. Tell me more about yourself. We are the living library. That which roams the walls, the fields, the phrase of Iomestra, built upon words of all, the words of those who spilled the yarn, yet do not thread the string. It speaks through a filter as if it is translating its words directly from an ancient tongue. Iomestra? The local apprentice, the one who melded with the stone. One of the 8? How fascinating. Does that mean the Ascan apprentice is stuck in the foundation of Norvik? Such clear and effective communication. Can you see the strings of Jor? We are one with the string. What's the rarest books you've got here? Rarity is a trait determined by the beholder. Yeah, but like in your opinion. We do not convey through opinion, we live through written fact. But if you had to pick one, which one is objectively the most sought after and in terms of contained information most difficult to find elsewhere? We hold 3 tomes, each of which holds a level of uniqueness and universal desire among the populace of this plane that they can be considered the most rare copies in the collection. 16 Lessons of Chronomancy by Chronomancer, the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom by assorted authors, and a copy of the Vulgata by Saint Jerome. Vulgata, a lost religious text originally passed down within the ranks of the Order of the First Knights in Old Dimenor. These great warriors used the techniques in the secretive and holy scripture to ultimately influence all modern ideas of chivalry and knighthood. All copies were said to have been destroyed when the Order disbanded. The Order of the First Knights. When you picture a knight, a holy warrior acting as the moral cornerstone of any number of civilizations in Old Dimenor, this is where it all began. The First Knights sadly disbanded during the early Coast War, but their ideals still live on to this day. Even your Earthguard armor is directly based on their famous designs. Chronomancy. Chronomancer? Ask more now. A Vulgata. A copy survived? Tell me more about the text on chronomancy. No, its content is known only to those who can offer it equal exchange. It was the greatest treasure left by Himvarak Hagenshags. You must seek out this wizard Himvarak after the election. There's simply too much knowledge to pass up here. Codex of Ultimate Wisdom? The original, taken via raids 1,000 years ago, left by Rodor de la Gara Verde. Where did you get a Vulgata? Ulrich Dresden. That is the name that was given. That does sound like the name of a first knight, like from the magazine tales. Those seem like rare texts. Yes, they are hidden from you, for you do not hold anything of equal value. What if I could get something of more value and come back? One visit, one trade. Do you stay in the same place or do you move about? The location changes, the worthy are drawn near. So it changes on a seasonal basis, or? We are where the exchanges can be made, nowhere else. Who created you? The mind of Tulincatl, the cord pullers, servants of Jor. Jor is dead. Jor is. Jor sees. Those who made you are dead. The minds of the Tulincatl are everlasting. Did your creators live here in Ascan? The cord pullers built their empire around the gate. That is where they are. Was that your book on the outside? We are all texts. The written, the page, the tome, the book. We are. An esoteric knowledge bank collecting the written word from everything within, perhaps a few miles? Intense magic, perhaps beyond even that of the Arcanists. I really did not mean to steal from you. You have taken. It has begun. What do you want from me? A peace given, a peace returned. An egalitarian exchange. So what, I need to give you a book of equal value? A piece that is equivalent. How is that valued? How do you value it? Or a piece that is equivalent. Helpful. Hold on, isn't this a library? Can't I just return it later? The collection must be complete. Can you tell me who left this book here? The Book of the Mind was left by Himvrak Hagenshags. In exchange, a piece of equal value was given. What did that guy give in exchange? The piece given was the blood order of Doug. Doug? Of Doug. Of Doug? Doug. Which Doug? Doug Doolin Dim. Can I see the blood order? It is not what you asked for. Yeah, I know, but can't I browse the collection? No. Fair enough. Rules are rules. Do I have anything that's even close to the value of this thing? No, nothing. Try to figure out an equal exchange. It's only 2 DC. This is very easy. We passed! With actually the lowest roll that counts as a pass, because a 1 is an automatic fail. No, there is nothing you have that monetarily exchanges equally to this tome. However, it's not connected to a monetary value at all. It is not. While powerful, it would be unlikely that this thing would apply its own material break to the value on texts, simply because it would not keep the value of the collection intact. If you take out this book and spread the secret foreword hidden within, that Appledent spoke so longingly about, then the value would crash, and the monetary value of the collection would collapse. It has to be an object of, what, sentimental value? More or less, yes. Something that symbolizes a similar value on whatever ineffable level this apparition appraises its collection, which means there is only one object in your possession that would reach in any way a high enough level of value. Is that our spellbook? You know what it is. No. What, you got something? An equal exchange, says the apparition, the light at the center of the spiral growing more apparent. Yes. Your what? That would be an equal exchange. An equal exchange. You know it. You've sworn to guard it with your life. It is a symbol of your political internal struggle. What kind of man would just throw it away? You're not just throwing it away. You're just upgrading it. Democracy isn't that important. Yes, the vote is useless. Just get the book. What a terrible conundrum. Just do it. You should think about this hard. Come on, just do it. You're holding the voting card in your hand. On its surface you see the marks of an indecisive man, lit up on the glow of the living library. Cleric? An equal exchange. State the full name and the name, or your full name and the name of your piece. Run. You quickly slip the fancy book into your pouch of holding and in the same movement begin to sprint up the spiral walkway. As you do, the voice lets out a deep, harrowing statement. No exchange offered. Your soul will take its place. The illusionary books upon the shelves begin to crumble and shake, turning to dust one by one in a series of violent esoteric poofs. Poof is the scientific term, of course. The ground shakes, the world collapses as you move. Up the stairs. You will join the collection. The goblin is by your side as the two of you run as if a fire burned at your backs. Stop. As the chamber shakes, you begin to see books behind you turn to dust, as the voice's commands echo all around. You don't want to leave. What, but you want to stay. Stay and read the letter. To your left, sticking out of a shaking shelf, is an envelope. You know what it is. Cleric, what are you? I'll just take a quick glance. Is a letter penned by Earth himself. What? What? How is this possible? You did not see this before. But perhaps you should stop and read it. Stop running, read the letter. Just grab it. It'll be worth it. You hear the voice of your companion saying or yelling something. It's not important. I'm going to grab the letter from my god. As your fingers touch the paper, it turns to ash in your hand. A heavy, dull ache appears in your mind. Your companion grabs your uniform and screams, get moving and don't touch the stuff. What happened? Yes. You quickly push yourself around the spiral as the books begin to fly out the shelf. Many turn to dark ash, covering the path in front of you. The goblin hots over the puddles of book dust. Something's wrong with this shit, don't touch it. Behind, further below, you see a wave of ash forming. It grows, filling the library. The voice, now faded and far away, appears to chant, "The collection! The collection!" As you hear this, a tome lands before you. It does not turn into ash. Look at it. It says, "The personal spellbook of Grand Arcanist Phileas Prax. This is a masterpiece. You must have it. Grab it. Now." No, obviously not. I don't care about spellbooks. It does not make sense. Phileas Prax did not have a personal spellbook. Such a powerful arcanist would simply bind his memorization mentally, spiritually, and physically. I don't like how that's moving in real time. Obviously. Move. Rushing past, it turns to ash behind you. Go. I saw the ash moving and decided I had to speak quicker. You follow the goblin up, closer to the exit. You're so close now, as all the strange ashen books now pour into the hallways in a cascade of dark pages. The collection is echoing ominously behind you, barely noticeable over the rumbling of the structure. Almost there. That's when you notice it. The magazine, it sits on the railings. A magazine in a library? Yes, you see it clearly. It is the Red Light, the best nudie magazine in Norvik. It is banned in every official district. It is a one-of-a-kind type of debauchery. Ooh, that's fine. I don't really care to stop for a random pin-up magazine. Oh, truly. Of course, the tower's had a ton of hidden stacks of smut. It's not exactly difficult to... Hold on, look at the cover. It's a special edition. Oh, what kind of edition? I'll take a look, it can't hurt. You glance at it, just a quick peek. No, not this, you must not. On the cover is a particularly sturdy looking and well built woman. The title says Orcs and Amazons edition. Earth be good. Don't open the magazine. I do like how don't let Snell down is our advantage here. The flow of ash catches up to you quickly now, like waves of glittering dark sand. Each splash hitting your back causes you to lose strength. The two of you run towards the exit. Don't stop. The chanting from below grows louder now. One, a piece for a piece. Throw myself out the doorway. You and Snell both jump out into the city below hallway. The flood of esoteric ash coming after you, up until the exact crossing of the doorway, at which point it is stopped, hitting an invisible barrier, which promptly fades into a solid wall once more. Holy shit! The goblin falls down to the ground, letting out the occasional insane chuckle. Another stupid death averted. You got the damn book at least? Have I got it? Taking it out of your pouch of holding, you do still have the quite real and physical copy of the Book of the Mind 6th edition. Never do that again. The goblin gives you a thumbs up and slowly starts to get up on his feet. And next time, he says, pointing upwards, we'll go to the Darrowian library, okay? That was some esoteric bullshit. Okay, we got the book. Did we get something new here? I don't think so. And we got this book. Special edition release of the famous book by Cividix. It feels awfully esoteric to touch. Oh. Okay. That's cool. And now we have that book. What's this thing on? Oh, it's on timeout. I see. Okay. How do I even leave this place? I think of the quickest way out. Probably the way we came in, right? Yeah, it's probably the way we came in. I'm trying to think if there's a quicker route. I think there may be. Is there a route out here? No, I don't think so. No. Probably not. Anyway, we'll head this way. Okay. That's what I get for trying to do the click running. Right, let's head up here. And let's go. And at least we didn't give away our voting card. That's very important. We gotta put in our singular vote for the nationalists, who are gonna win whether we vote or not. There's a rat here. That was the rat I was talking about when I said I knew where another rat was. But it's not actually... You can't click on it, so it doesn't really count, does it? Right. Up here. Right. Back over here. Is this the route I want to go to? I think it might be. I think this is our quicker route. Yeah, and then I head over to the other side from here. Okay. Up here. I think this is where we saw a glowy door that we didn't go into previously as well. Don't know what was up with that. It might be a one-day thing, as in you can't interact with it on any other day, but... No, whatever. Hello. Moves a hand in front of him. Actually, that's all for now. I want a quick save, then I want to do this. There we go. I found the book by Cividix. The library was very talkative. You did? Ah, fucking glorious. And I'm sorry, what do you mean by talkative? There was a living library right below. Living library? Oh. A tooling cattle invention, I presume. I have heard tales of a shuffling trove of knowledge below, but I have not spoken with an eyewitness. I bet it gave you some esoteric bullshit to handle, eh? I've been through worse. I could imagine, yes. I thank you then. This was no small thing to ask of even an experienced cleric. Now, can I see it? Yeah, okay. Look at that. What a piece of shit. There's even a gem on the latch. Such bourgeoisie bullshit, he says while flipping open the magical tome. I prefer my books with less flair and more content. Speaking of which, what do you think about that mention of blood property? Huh? Hagenshags? No, it's old enough for that. How curious. The halfling sniffs a few times while flipping through the golden pages. Beyond that added note to the first page, this is most definitely exactly what I'm looking for. The 6th edition of the Book of the Mind. Huzzah! No more huzzahs, please. Hells yeah, as the kids say it. Now, Snurr takes out a quill and paper along with some ink. He opens the book to the first page of the dozen or so pages of foreword. I shall copy the foreword in its entirety. Luckily, our dear Lord Scholar Cividix wrote in regular Demonorian. What are you hoping to find? Mainly an answer to his exploration of animus, but who knows if it will even be mentioned. Either way, it shall only take a few minutes. Okay, it's going to take an hour. Alright, there we go. Snell jumps up from the couch. Those were some long minutes, Appledent. Ah, yes, sorry, I had to take extra care to make sure I did not mess up any of the transcription work. Either way, it is now done. He taps the quill one last time for the final punctuation. Then, an esoteric force explodes from the tome. Master! Defend him! Defend him! Spirit from beyond! Okay. It wants a mind. I'm gonna grab the book. You grab it from Snur's grasp, the shocked halfling letting it go without a fight. The energy emanating from its pages now focusing on you. Necrotic energies. This will hurt. Try to resist it. Yay! Oh, future Patriarch activated because we're in a conversation with Snell, even though this is against a book. Huh. Your mind is a fortress. The ghostly whispers invade nonetheless, but they are stopped by the moat, dancing like a crown around your mind, until the spirits move over, once again targeting Snore. His body jolts, his limbs twisting. Ah! For about 20 seconds, then he stops the erratic movements and slumps in his chair. Gods be damned. Check if he's breathing. I'm gonna lean forward to check for a pulse. Ooh. Oh well. The halfling moves, his eyes blank, then glowing. This will have to do. His throat releases deep thrumming vibrations, imitating that of speechcraft. A ghostly possession. How quaint. What's wrong with your voice? He leans forward in the chair, seemingly looking around limply, smoothly. Then the pale eyes of the halfling land on you. I am Cividex. You have heard of me, no? Oh. So it's the guy. I see. Greetings, Lord Scholar. Some manners. Good. Your foolish attempt at breaking the seal has unleashed me, the halfling limply continues. Then he opens his mouth, alike consuming the space between you. Oh, fuck. The goblin ducks to the side. There! We shall speak uninterrupted. I grab my head and groan. Nonetheless, this is an improvement over being brought back as a tool for that misbred mutant. Tell me, what do you wish to gain from myself here in this near-corporeal form? Or is this halfling whose foolish ambitions you shall fulfill? Well, I don't give a shit about you. I just helped Snur find that book. Mercenary, then. How drab. You may ask whatever questions you have. Only for the esoteric shackles bound around my soul I shall answer. Who was that mutant you mentioned? A damned Hagenshags, one crawling around the holes of this horrid place. I had hoped for them all to have fallen. Alas, some have clearly clung to a type of disgusting existence. Unlike yours clinging to a completely regular existence. My ghostly form is nothing but a temporary measure, I assure you. Himvarak Hagenshags is a crazed abomination. He will never return to a sane state, no matter his lofty ambitions. And that idiot greeting of his, it has burned a hole into my mind I will never be able to repair. If you ever see him, kill him. It would be a mercy upon his ancient soul. Kill him for sure. Abominations need to be destroyed in Norvik. Good, I approve. Snur wanted to ask about Anima/Animus? Yes, that is why most wish to gather the 6th edition. The dozen copies I crafted each contain a different foreword, each a fragment of my knowledge, my decades of research. I could not publish most of it as it used illegal data gathered during various Arcanist experiments. What did you find? The Anima and Animus are incomplete ideas. They are but a shade of a greater colour, a swatch standing amidst a palette of the mind. Through mental tribulations and intense physical exertion, I managed to extract a deeper understanding, a categorization of the mind. There is overlap to general personality research. However, it does not match perfectly, as all creatures seem to exhibit these categories in different forms. 6 categories to be precise. 6? They are not prominent in the thoughts of most. They are not easily pinned down, nor are they practical due to their changing nature. However, there are 6 shades of psyche which can be practically explored and examined, each on a spectrum of its own. Oh. I have distilled them into the following terms: force, agility, body, intellect, awareness, presence, strength, dexterity, constitution, and intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Each creature has various aspects imprinted onto these 6. For example, the masculine is most often found within the force, though some can see it more within the intellect or presence, while the feminine is most often found within the body or awareness. There is much more to be discovered here. I was in the middle of my latest compilation when disaster struck. Once I return, the work shall continue. I'm a cleric. Do you have some insight about the gods? Gods are but the chosen of the outsiders. I once interviewed a god during the war, a fellow with light features, his origin tracing back to Virgeni farmers. He was taken to Thazin as a guest, successfully signing a peace between his insignificant people and our empire. Not an idiot despite his poor breeding. It must have been the human blood in that giant's veins. He explained to me the functions of divinity as he and the other walking gods experienced it. A view of strings, futures, of chance and fate. This corroborates the common understanding of Jorah's strings as chronologically bound, and it appears walking gods carry an ability to peer through near autonomous divination into the phrase themselves, which explains their rise during the divine era, while simultaneously making their fall during our era all the more embarrassing. I understand they can see strings? Not only, they see strings through time. In any case, gods are but a relic of a bygone era. You need not think of them any longer. I suggest leaving whatever divine path you are on the same moment the channeling of those powers stop. Belief has no power in Jorah's realm, not in this era of crowds. Is your soul in all copies of the 6th edition books? Yes, fragments of the whole. A necrotic spell not unlike that of lichdom was undertaken. If you wish to learn more, you will have to survive the next era. My return will be magnificent. Need help with that? No. Tell me about yourself. I will keep it short. I am the offspring of Thazin nobility. While our stature fell along with our city, I pivoted my education and superior breeding to craft power during the revolution. It was easy. The rabble are mindless and crave etiquette. How'd you end up like this? The second wave, when the freestriders grew bold enough to rile their raving mutts into beheading all but the purest of their kin, a purity only proven by loyalty to their ethereal ideals crowned in gold and copper. Before I could escape that wretched ruin of a city, I was thrown in a dungeon, then weeks later they beheaded me in view of the populace, no trial, no dignity. Even the most based of monarchs, even the Shadow Lord himself would not behave so barbaric towards even their greatest rivals. It's a sign of the times, the lack of respect for anything beyond the so easily swayed crowd. Why did you stay long enough to be captured? I had my own operations in place. Nothing you need concern yourself with, you man of small stature. You will know in time. They all will. Tell me about the psychoanalysis thing. At first, it was a folly. My sanatorium had many experiments running, some of which involved esoteric hypnosis. However, the data uncovered a clear correlation in patient health when forced to speak about trauma in clinical settings. The art of speechcraft could lessen effects of mental wounds. Could you psychoanalyze me? No, I do not bother handling patients. There is nothing to be gained in performing such degrading acts myself. How can you deduce your theories if you don't even interact with the people you write about? Such simple work is beneath me. I do not compile data, I debate and compare. Then who does? It does not matter, but if you must know, my servant's name was Mundus Gay. A hard worker despite his halfling breed. His inane mumblings on dreams and desires was difficult to compile. However, in the end, I managed to refine them into real science. I'm not going to say any of this. The reason I'm not going to say any of this is I don't want to advance any of those paths in our, questing journal thing. I have nothing more to ask. Move on. Then I will gladly end this inane conversation. Suggest not summoning me again until you have more useful questions, or I will destroy whatever vessel is near. But for now, you have at the very least shown to be less of an annoyance than that damned Hagenchags. The light emanating from Snur's mouth fades as the final statement erupts. In return, I shall leave this plane once more, without ripping this halfling's mind to shreds. Oh shit, he's talking again. Nor that of your cowering goblinoid servant. I forgot it was all in our head up until now. Hey now, just watch. The light disappears entirely, and in an instant the limp movements of Snur turns into a jolt, a gasp of air. Ah, fucking hells. Life is pain. Then he perks up. Cividix. The halfling, sweating and convulsing, immediately grabs a quill and paper. I must write this down. That conversation was extraordinary. You remember it? Of course, or luckily I suppose. Good to see he's himself again. Snell leans in and says, might be some long-term effects, just going from what little I know about possessions, but yeah, it should be cool. There is so much to learn from this absolute piece of shit. Did you manage to write down the foreword? I did, and in perfect condition. The halfling begins to grasp for paper, more and more paper from his desk. Did you hear the thing about the halfling? Yes, very interesting. Looks around for a pencil, and the rest? Yes, yes. He looks over his notes. Why did we accidentally summon the spirit of this dead scholar? Snur hands over the gem-encrusted tome, its latch firmly resealed. It appears to be some kind of necrotic container, a phylactery of sorts, perhaps. In a literal sense, that does not make sense. Rather, my guess is Cividix bound his spirit to all these magical 6th editions, making sure to spread them out across collections in the world. For what purpose? Most likely to bring himself back at some point. How? Who knows? But that book is now yours. Considering the danger involved, I would not suggest opening it again. At least not without a team of backup exorcists. You don't want to have another chat with the old guy? I'd rather not. I'm more interested in finding out more about this gay fellow. Arcanists are well known for approaching the work of other lesser folk, or appropriating the work of other lesser folk, and considering what we heard here today, I wish to delve more properly into all of this. Snur turns away from the mess on his desk to face you with a confident smile and a sweaty brow. This has been a significant step in the right direction. Thank you, Cleric. Well, you're welcome. That I am. We shall talk more about this, far more in the future, that I promise. Yeah, it wasn't the most fun experience to witness either. Until the tea shop is dealt with, please don't open that book again. Hey Meek, this Hagenchags is your old master, right? Yes. Ahoy yoy, and so on. Old master was a very special person, Meek realize. Meek hope new master does not have to meet old master. Meek think that would end bad. Snur glances up from his notes to see your mimic scarf whispering in your ear. Mimic his clothing, he mutters and blows out some air. That's my kind of degeneracy. Good choice in familiar, Cleric. Now we've gone through this whole ghost adventure together, can you, tell me the meaning of life? The halfling groans. Asking me that, really? Such a cliche. Everybody asks that, but fine, I'll play. If you ask me the meaning of life is... Yes? It is... The halfling thinks about it for a second. And he spits out a chortle before telling you. To have a few good orgasms, then die. Oh! A bit shit, yes, I agree. He sniffs and ruffles his big mustache with clawing fingers. Sounds like something a hedonist would say, isn't it? But from what I can see, the secret is that... the secret in that is not so much to seek out that pleasure beyond anything else, but rather to hope, desperately hope, that you never find out which one will be your last. Then I say you will have a happy life. Good enough? No? Get used to it. The only objectively real thing in sensations we got here in this life is pain. Count yourself lucky. Every second you feel free from its clutches. Well, I guess it was good to speak to you again. Is our book any different now? Oh, it's the same. Alright, well, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. We are 39 minutes away from being able to do Viskin's thing. I don't know what we're going to do for 39 minutes. Actually, I know exactly what we should do. We should go back to our apartment, ditch Snur, and read a book. That's what we should do for our 39 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.